To add or subtract mixed numbers, we add or subtract the whole number, and then we add or subtract the fractions. Simplify as needed. An alternate method would be to convert to improper fractions and then add or subtract. Finally, simplify and convert back to a mixed number. We'll be focusing on the first method here. It's best to start by rewriting these vertically. 2 1/6 plus 4 2/5. Right now we could add the whole numbers, but we can't add the fractions because they're not like fractions. We need a common denominator. So let's rewrite these using a common denominator. The LCD of 6 and 5 is 30. So let's rewrite both of those fractions with a denominator of 30. 6 goes into 30 5 times. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 goes into 30 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12. Now that we have common denominators, we can add these two fractions. First, let's look at the whole numbers. 2 plus 4 is 6. And with the fractions, the denominator will stay the same. 5 plus 12 is 17. This doesn't simplify, so we have our sum. In example B, we have three numbers, 12, 3 6/7, 2 1/5. Let's add these. In order to add them though, we need a common denominator, which right now we do not have. The LCD of 7 and 5 is 35. Seven goes into 35 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 goes into 35 7 times. 7 times 1 is 7. Now if we add all of these, looking at the whole numbers, we have 15, 17. And looking at the fractions, remember we add the numerators, we get 37 35ths. But this might look a little strange because a mixed number has a whole number and a proper fraction. But this is an improper fraction. So we need to actually rewrite this now as a mixed number so that we can eventually have a whole number and a proper fraction. So let's convert this off to the side. 37 divided by 35. 35 will go into 37 one time. Multiply, we get 35. Subtract, we get 2. So 17 will keep. 37 35ths we'll rewrite using the mixed number 1 and 2 over 35. Remember, the quotient is the whole number, the remainder is the numerator. Now we're adding these two. We just need to add the whole numbers. 17 plus 1 is 18, and we'll keep the 2 divided by 35. In this example, we're using subtraction. Again, let's write these vertically. In order to subtract the fractions, we need a common denominator. The LCD in this case is 18. Nine will go into 18 2 times. 2 times 7 is 14. 18 will go into itself once. 1 times 5 is 5. Now we can do the subtraction. 32 minus 16 is 16. 14 minus 5 is 9. Then we keep the common denominator. Recognize that this fraction will reduce. 9 and 18 have a common factor of 9. So 9 divided by 9 is 1. 18 divided by 9 is 2. So our final answer, 16 and 1/2. And now 25 minus 10 and 2/9. In order to subtract fractions, we need a common denominator. But notice this first number doesn't have a fraction. So what we're going to do is we're going to borrow a 1 from the 25 and make it 24 and rewrite that 1 that we borrowed as a fraction. And we need that fraction to have a denominator of 9. So we'll rewrite it as 9 over 9. Notice that that's really representing 1, which we borrowed from the 25. Now we can subtract. 9/9 minus 2/9 is 7/9. 24 minus 10 is 14. Joe and Stephanie purchased 6 1/4 gallons of paint to paint the interior of their house. They have already used 4 2/3 gallons. How much paint do they have left? So we have 6 1/4 total. They've used 4 2/3, so let's subtract here. In order to do the subtraction, we need a common denominator. So we'll rewrite this using an LCD. The LCD of 4 and 3 is 12. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Now, we still can't subtract these fractions because we have 3/12 minus 8/12. We can't take more away from the 3. So we can borrow from the 6. So we'll borrow a 1 from the 6, making the 6 become a 5. And we'll add that 1 to this fraction. But we have to add it in an interesting way. We need an LCD. So we're going to add 12/12. Recognize that that's really 1. And the reason we write it this way is we need a common denominator of 12. So now what we have is bringing this 5 over, we have 5. We're rewriting this as 3 plus 12. That's 15/12 minus 4 8/12. Finally, we can do the subtraction. 15/12 minus 8/12. 15 minus 8 is 7. We'll keep the denominator the same. And 5 minus 4 is 1. So we have 1 7/12 gallons left.